Hello, my fellow single people. Let's see what's coming for love for my fellow single people. What messages do we need to know about love, Spirit? I need something for my lips because my lips look corpse-like. So I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Let me put a little something on my lips. I think that's better. Okay, what does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? Just cards. What messages does the collective need to know at this time? That's for the highest and what is good when it comes to love. What does my collective need to know about love? Okay. Love stories. Communicating and saying what needs to be said. Tough love, truth talk. So this is about having an honest, calmer, I said calmer, but honest conversation. But the reason why I said calmer is calmer waters. Getting rid of upheaval and leaving behind drama. Quiet times, floating or flowing. Why do I want to say floating? Maybe some of you feel like you're floating. You're floating on air, you know. Empowered love. Harness your strength and love with confidence. Charm, solid and steady. And it's funny. She has lipstick and I just put some lipstick on. Oh, the coincidence. Sweet home. Making a good home life or settling down. Marriage, lasting love. Okay. I feel like some of you are already in maybe already in a relationship. So some of you may already be in a relationship. You may have gone through some challenging times and now things are starting to calm down. You know, things are becoming more peaceful at home. You probably feel a bit more secure and safe in your relationship. I think whatever communication you and your partner have had, very honest communication where things were said that needed to be said, even if it may have caused some discomfort or maybe even made someone feel a little bit bad or sad. It was something that needed to be said in order for something to be resolved. And with that communication, it's allowing there to be some sort of peace in a relationship. You feel like your love is strong. You could feel a little bit more confident in your relationship and that things are going to start to balance out, smooth out. And it could be a conversation about commitment itself. It could be a conversation about wanting to improve your relationship so that you can have a stable home life if you're already married, and maybe even wanting to take things to a next level. Maybe some of you may be wanting to buy a home, and there may be certain things that can be interfering with like purchasing a home for some reason. It could be about money, like having a tough love conversation about money, you know, because I know they say a lot of one of the reasons why couples separate is because of money. So I don't know why that came in my mind. So buying home. So some of you may be considering that. Maybe you need to have a conversation. Need to make a plan. Okay. I want to know what this calmer waters is. I'm going into tarot. Spirit, angels, guides. What is this calmer waters? I feel like this is something that may be happening or could be coming up because we are currently heading into the autumn season and you see autumn leaves there. What is this calmer waters? Yeah, it's about having a new beginning, starting something having a bit more passion, a new spark, a new spark of inspiration, and moving away from conflict, because that's what the Six of Swords is about. It's about moving away from conflict and moving into calmer waters, like this card says. So maybe there has been, maybe this could be that, oh, another card flipped over. Oh, the King of Wands. So it's a fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So some of you may be dealing with somebody who embodies like that very fiery, confident energy, someone who is very passionate, creative, a go-getter. But it's like a new spark coming in, new inspiration that's allowing you to move away from any stagnancy that you may be experiencing, right? But if, let's say, if you are not in a relationship, you could be at this place where you're trying to find some peace within yourself and you're finding inspiration. Possibly some of you may be traveling, you know, maybe you were inspired to go travel somewhere, and because of drama that you've been experiencing and you wanted to just basically like take a break, take a like have a getaway, but it could be that you may feel inspired to travel, right? And you may possibly meet somebody while you're traveling, and this person can be someone who is very attractive, I would say mature, because it is a King of Wands and it came out in the upright. It flipped over upright. And this is someone who was like attractive, passionate, creative, someone that you may feel a lot of, like a magnetic attraction towards them. Okay. This person may also be wealthy too, with the King of Pentacles coming through. So this is for people, this is like for, this part is like, or you could be in a relationship with someone that is a fire sign. But if you are single, you could possibly be traveling and you may meet a fire sign energy while you're traveling. Okay, now what is this empowered love? Empowered love. Wow, we have the Three of Cups with the Six of Cups. So some of you maybe going out with your friends, maybe getting ready, you know, getting dressed up, putting on your makeup, maybe wearing red lipstick, and you may be going out and you may encounter somebody, and it could be somebody that you knew from the past, you know, someone that you may have known from childhood. Someone you know from childhood. This person, you may have had conflict with them in the past, with the Five of Swords. What else? Ooh, yeah, there's a Tower. Yeah, it could have been somebody that there was like a sudden departure, a sudden ending that may have happened. But or yeah, it could be too that when you see this person, it's gonna be like a Tower moment, because if this is someone that you from the past, you know, it's someone that you most likely didn't expect to see, someone that you didn't expect to encounter. One more. What is the Tower? If it is somebody from the past, it could have been somebody that you thought was breadcrumbing you in some way. Oh, another card. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you felt like they were probably moving very slowly. They weren't taking much action, and that they weren't, that they were breadcrumbing you in some way. I see the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like that's probably what it is. Someone that you thought would breadcrumb you, that was moving slow and steady. All right. Tell me more. Got the Nine of Pentacles and Hangman. If this is somebody from the past, they may now see you as someone who is... This could be you. You could be someone who is in this Nine of Pentacles energy. This is the pre-Empress energy. This is someone who is working towards creating their own stability and financial abundance. Someone who is financially independent, who enjoys like the finer things in life, you know. And it's funny, I see the grapes too. Makes me think of wine. This person may think like you age well, that you age like fine wine. I don't know, that popped in my mind right now. So they may be looking at you from a different perspective. If this is someone from the past that that you felt like was moving too slowly, excuse me, that may have breadcrumbed you. Okay. Okay, we got the Star. That was for Sweet Home. Wow, I'm the Star. And they may see you as a wish fulfillment in some way. This person may have been moving slowly because they need to heal, recover from something, because the Star is about healing, restoration, being hopeful. Maybe this is you. You were hopeful when it came to this person, but maybe you feel a bit more empowered in yourself and you're working towards your own wish fulfillment. And, you know, seeing this person, maybe this is someone you wanted, somebody that you wanted to encounter again. Let's see. The Queen of Swords. This person may be an air sign energy. Someone who is honest, fair, intelligent, but also could be somebody who that left you feeling like you weren't worthy. You know, with the Five of Pentacles, they didn't make you feel good. I feel like some of you are healing or recovering from this person from the past, and you seeing them is a shocker in some way. But I think that you may end up coming off as someone who is unbothered with this person. Maybe because with whatever healing took place with you, this person may have made you feel like you weren't worthy, and you know, you were like, no, I know who the fuck I am. You know, you were working towards whatever. You were working towards improving your finances, creating the life you wanted, living the life you wanted, living your life to the fullest. And this person may be saying that, and that may be a shocker to them. You know, they could probably see that you're doing well, and but you may come off as someone who's cold towards them because of how empowered you feel. You know? So maybe the calmer waters is you leaving a situation with a King of Wands who may have only been wanting, you know, maybe passion. You're moving away from this King of Wands energy, and you were focusing on yourself, focusing on having fun with your friends. Even it could be like going like back to your childhood, maybe doing things that make you happy, right? And pouring into yourself and being generous and caring, and, you know, giving to situations that give back to you, you know? No longer feeling like unworthy, but knowing and about seeing your worth, you know? It may have been a journey for you with the Knight of Pentacles, because it's something, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who takes time. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't act rashly, you know. It's a very strategic knight, in the sense that every effort is measured for a specific goal, you know. Because every effort is an investment. So maybe every effort you took to invest in yourself is what allows you to feel empowered and strong and be able to possibly see this person and be unbothered by them, but they possibly may be bothered by you, you know? Maybe you feel empowered. Yeah, self-love. It could be that, like, yeah. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's that. Yeah, because you know you have options. You know you have options. You don't have to entertain people that aren't worth the effort, worth the investment, because you see that you're worthy of an investment, and that you don't need to be around people who would make you feel like you're unworthy. You know, you need someone who is willing to put in the work. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone who will put in the work. You know, so maybe that's somebody you want. You know, maybe this person may have been acting. If you're putting all this together with the empowered love, you know, separate readings, okay? So some of the messages may resonate and some may not. So yeah, you want somebody who's willing to put in the work, you know, somebody who wants to build. And the empowered love says solid, charm, steady. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone who's working towards that, you know. So maybe you're the Knight of Pentacles, and then you became the Queen of Swords, you know. Okay, let's see. Someone who's more wiser, more discerning. Okay, what is this sweet home card? What is the sweet home? Tell me about the sweet home. Sweet home Alabama. The Seven of Swords came out in the reverse. And Seven of Swords can be about self-sabotage. It could be about scheming. It could be about lying. It could be about strategy, you know. And then we have the Four of Cups, which is about being discontent in a way, and, you know, no longer satisfied, but then not seeing that something new is coming toward you. You know, like, though, you know, you have like the sadness, the party's over, but then there's like something new that's coming in that can reignite some sort of emotion within you. Maybe in the past you have self-sabotaged, and you are wanting to be in a situation or relationship, or have a home dynamic, if you're in a relationship or not, where, you know, you aren't as, because I see the tears. It's like some of you probably dealt with people in the past, if you were single and you're currently single, that really disappointed you. It could have been three main people in the past that have hurt you, that caused you a lot of disappointment. Maybe you've lied to yourself in thinking these people were the one for you, and you're no longer disillusioned, you know. But the Seven of Swords can be also, I mean, like, it's in the reverse. So, but I'm reading it as self-sabotage. So you're no longer self-sabotaging anymore. It's like you're no longer wanting to pour your emotions, your love into something that isn't satisfying to you. And you want something that is going to be fulfilling. I got emotional. Okay, tell me more about this. Ooh. Yeah, you want to see a change because you're so sick of the battle. It could be an internal battle. It could be an external battle with different people and stuff, and you just want things to change. You want things to improve for you. You want the good life. You want to feel blessed. You want to be fortunate. You want to feel fortunate, you know. You want to be in your sweet, loving energy, but it's like it's hard to keep up that sweet, loving energy when you feel like you always have to be in battle mode, you know. You just want to be all soft. This reading is for divine feminines. I'm sorry. This is for feminines. This is a divine feminine reading. I resonate with this because sometimes I'm like, oh, like I resonate with this. Okay, I had to pause because that really hit me. I resonate with this because of, past disappointments, and it's like you want to protect yourself, preserve, but you still want to have hope that things can change, that things can improve. So if some of you are having like a difficult home situation, and you just want to see some sort of improvement. It could be also with love, like maybe in love, you haven't met anybody that you've had a lasting love with, and that's something that you really want. And it's like with the star showing up here in the Wheel of Fortune, it's like your hope is to see some sort of change, that some change can happen. But I feel like the change has to come from within. It's definitely about taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself, and also putting, giving your time and energy to people who give you their time and energy. I feel like sometimes we can overgive, and then sometimes, like, I know for me, I can be overgiving, but I don't feel like I ask for much, So some of you may resonate with that too. So I feel like this reading is about just being at peace with yourself and learning how to take care of yourself and empower yourself, find a way to ground and center yourself, because I feel like with all of this put together, it's like saying, and I don't know, this is just like what I feel, and I feel very deeply, is that you need to find this inner calm within yourself, learn how to love and care for yourself, empower yourself in that way, and not, start to pour into yourself rather than pouring into other people. And then once you're able to be at home with yourself, then this is where changes can be made. You can see changes in the external, but it all has to come from within. It has to do with healing. It has to do with being at peace and moving on, forgiving people, forgiving yourself, forgiving into other situations that really weren't giving to you. And I think that with the 9 of Wands and the empowered love, it's like saying that it's about, the 9 of Wands is someone who perseveres, So it's like, don't give up, because the more you pour into yourself, the more you take care of yourself, the more you pour into what pours into you. And I don't mean that in like, it's like you give and take type of like, I'm talking about reciprocity. I'm talking about equal reciprocity. I'm talking about fairness. And I'm not talking about like tit for tat, not that type of thing, But it's more so where you are being valued, and because you see the value in other people, but you would like that value to be seen in you. But I feel like it has to come from within. You have to see the value within yourself. You have to heal, know that you are worthy, and that you are independent, you are beautiful, you are, self-sufficient, and you, like, once you start putting in that effort towards yourself, then love will make its way towards you. A true, honest, authentic love. Someone, it's like once you start loving yourself and start acting like the main character in your own life, instead of being the side character or supporting character in someone else's life, it's like that's when your love story can begin. But first, the first chapter always starts with you, The first chapter starts with you. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the reading there. I'm gonna cut out some parts Just so I don't really like being crying on camera. But I hope this reading resonates with someone out there. It certainly resonated with me. So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of feminine energies that feel the same way I do. And I just hope the best for all of us. So I'm sending you lots of love. Take care. Bye.